Goodwood held its 24th annual Festival of Speed over the weekend, and along with racing cars of all years, Hollywood actor Keanu Reeves was there riding a motorcycle. Sadly, our reporter Shan Robins did not get to see him or his bike, but she did content herself instead with catching up with an award holder of the Vintage Racecar Lifetime Achievement Award.
Despite some intermittent rainy weather at the weekend, thousands turned out to Goodwood's Festival of Speed. But unfortunately for one speed queen, rain did stop some of her play in a classic Formula One car.
We have no wet tyres. The car is not mine. It's been lent by a friend of mine, and the car is for sale, so I have to be even more careful.
Lorena holds the Vintage Racecar Lifetime Achievement Award from the British Women Racing Drivers Club, and the historic vehicle she came to compete in is the ex-Derek Warwick Arrows Megatron A10B. Before its slight upgrade, it was the A10 that competed in the 1987 and 1988 Formula One seasons.
This car is a turbo car, so it's totally different from anything I've driven before, and this is the first time I've driven it, so it's really trying to get used to what it's going to do and where the power starts feeding in, which is pretty sudden. Yesterday afternoon's run, I was just getting to get to feel it a bit better, and then the gear lever broke, the gear knob broke off the gear lever, so that was a bit tricky. That happened to me a long time ago driving in another championship, and I ended up with a hole in my palm of my hand where it had worn through the glove and everything. Luckily this didn't happen yesterday though.
On Friday, when Lorena drove out of the assembly area to head down the hill towards the starting, ironically behind her was the ex-James Hunt McLaren M23, which she used to own and race herself for many years. It was the car in which James Hunt won the 1976 Formula One. Lorena raced it twice in the Monaco Grand Prix Historique, her best result coming 8th from an otherwise all-male grid of 35. Over on the McLaren stand, they were celebrating the 40 years since that win by James Hunt and showcasing both vintage and modern vehicles. Over the decades, some of the technology designed for Formula One racing has improved safety for everyday vehicles.
Not just in our cars, but in road cars generally. Things like ABS have come from racing. But with our cars, we've got fabulous brake steer technology, for example, which came from the MP13 that Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard drove. And of course, you've got things like launch control, traction control, active suspension, engine management unit systems. All those technologies have come from Formula One and are now being used in the road cars.
Amanda was just 4 years old when her father, racecar driver Bruce McLaren, died, aged 32, in a crash on the Goodwood circuit while testing an experimental car of his own design.
It was my father's dream to diversify the racing company into a road car company as well, and he designed, built and drove the iconic M6 GT road car. Unfortunately, after his death, the dream was shelved. But now what Automotive are doing, McLaren Automotive are doing, is what he wanted. But most importantly for me, in a way that I truly believe he would be proud of. He would love our current road cars, and for me to be making the link between his achievements and the current company is fabulous. Really proud to be a part of it.
The festival, put on by Lord March, gave car fans the opportunity to admire their favourite vehicles, with some even queuing for a chance to sit in the McLaren 675 LT.
I've followed McLaren and F1 for ages, and this is just pretty much my dream car now, so it was an experience that I really wanted to get, and I've got it now.
Do you think you're going to get round to being able to afford one? They look quite expensive.
Well, that's the dream, so fingers crossed I will be able to one day.
This is Shan Robins at the Goodwood Festival of Speed for That's Solent.